Nuremberg, Germany. Known across the world for the rise of the Nazis and their ultimate downfall. But does this city have anything to offer beyond this history? Is Nuremberg one of Europe's most incredible locations? Let's discover what Nuremberg feels like today. A huge amount of Nuremberg's tourists arrive in the city by train, utilising Germany's highly efficient rail system. First class is 100% worth it, and trains are pretty much always on time. Inner city transport is usually tram, bus or underground train, so hiring a car or booking a taxi is not a sensible idea. The buildings look as if they're part of a fairy tale, and our apartment has a beautiful view onto the city walls. Right, so my bedroom has the coolest little window. Look at this! This type of Bavarian architecture, half timbered style, has been around for over 600 years and perfectly complements the cobblestone streets and Christmas trees dotted around. In the Altstadt, or Old Town, lies St. Lorenz Castle, towering over the town square with its 2 Gothic towers. The square is filled with shoppers excited for the first day of Christmas, and I really love the smell of Nuremberg sausages, which all the tourists try. But even with the joyous spirits and the hustle and bustle of crowds in markets, something feels confusing. The warm, cozy feeling is not what I expected from a city so well known for war. And it's easy to recall what Nuremberg was like 80 years ago. Adolf Hitler, now one of the most hated men of the 20th century, used Nuremberg as the central city to the Third Reich, thanks to its history of serving the Holy Roman Empire, the First Reich. It was here, Zeppelinfeld, where Hitler addressed his subjects in his annual rallies. The famous swastika sat on the grandstand before it was blown up in 1945. But just a few kilometers from this eerie site is where the Nazi story comes to an end. This is Courtroom 600, the place where 21 of the worst Nazi leaders were tried. At this point, the rest of the world saw Nuremberg as the home of the Nazis, but I think these trials really allowed the city to move on and become what it is today. I love how war is no longer the focus of everyone's perspective. There's other elements of Nuremberg that please everyone, like the huge Christkindlmarkt with over 200 stalls. There's no shortage of hot food and drinks, winter clothes, Christmas decorations and toys.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Yuletide carols being sung by a choir. And folks dressed up like Eskimos. A turkey and some mistletoe. The
feeling that Nuremberg gives me today really isn't what I expected when I arrived. So, if you're a history fanatic, then Nuremberg is great for you. The past has been preserved and is surprisingly quiet. But if you're like me, and you prefer architecture, markets, and good food, Nuremberg is one of my new favourite places to enjoy them. Add in a few day trips, like this one to Rothenburg, and you're good to go. Thanks for watching my first episode in my Europa Zoo series, and see you next week for my next adventure.